those exams.
Thank you, sir.
I hope that things will be fine. So exam is always stressful. That is true. Whatever it is written, viva, what it doesn't matter. Still, it is a stress. I also have an exam today. Okay, and even for that, maybe I could not sleep maybe for last few nights. It is not about the last night, and that is related with I believe many students' future about the curriculum. Actually, we are going for facing the academic council of the university. If it can be passed, then hopefully we are going to have a new curriculum very soon. Not maybe this year, maybe the next year onwards. There are chances, as we are working for getting prepared. As you see, like for exam preparation that we have, uh, I am still actually working for more than 2 years for that. So that could be an exam today. Anyway, uh, let us start. So what about, have we
Sir, good
introduced
luck
or
to you.
discussed? Yeah, thank you. Yes, that's actually, I'm happy. I'm happy or feeling confident that I will try my best, because um, it's giving some kind of good feeling when you have a work which has a relationship with many students' future. I believe that if we have a updated curriculum, many students, their actual future will be changed. We do believe in that. So that was actually uh, what is called the motivation, working about the working hard. So but still it's a very rigorous process, and also not easy to actually pass or overcome the council, because if there are that a major shift change happens when you have a changes with only one course, even only one course with a code or something. Then a huge change need to be done for the entire system, one old curriculum to new curriculum. What would be the transition? Because as you know that a 4 years curriculum is actually designed for first to last, so that that will be it will be ended for that first impact to get. But we have a plan. If we can make a transition so that old students also can get the courses of the, if it can be implemented.
Sir,
Yes, Alamin.
sir, I have a question that so in VGA mode, sir, if we count the pixel, then it's less than one that the pixel have. Suppose we have 10 pixel and we count 9 and 0 in the y-axis.
We don't count the pixel 9 and 0, the coordinate. That's actually the coordinate value, right? You are talking about that. What
Okay,
actually
sir. Yes, sir.
we
I was confused that why it's less than one.
no, not less than one. It is not possible less than one. Then when you say pixel number, a number is actually an integer value, right? And when we say coordinate is actually a value of x and y. That's telling you about the location. So slightly different in that, to understand, so that you know that if this is my origin, consider this is my origin. Okay, let us do it here, otherwise this is origin. So origin has a coordinate for 0 0. For this coordinate, definitely there is a pixel. So this is the pixel for that. And what is the number of this pixel? This is number 1, 2, 3, right? Like this way it goes. 4,
Yes, sir.
5, like this way. Now, what should be the coordinate value for this point, which is having the last pixel in this row? So this should be definitely 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4, 0, right? When it
Yes,
is
sir. It's
actually
a
5,
counting of coordinate.
yeah, for the counting for coordinate. And for that reason, that we are considering the x coordinate maximum value, okay, whatever it should be, Now, whenever I'm actually having that, this is the VGA is what 5 into 4, right? This is actually
4.
uh, the number of pixel can be generated, 20 of them, so that you can see 20 of them you can get. Now, whenever we are going for that pixels, individual pixels coordinate, that means this location to find out through the coordinate. That coordinate should be the value for x should be, this is one at least, that one. That means, sorry, that the coordinate for that x should be less than the value, or less than the value for the x data. For that, it goes like as like the index value in the array.
So have to find out the pixel point, then pixel address. Then if it is not possible, it is outside of the box, then we will calculate, or we will just
No,
write that
also
it's
do
not possible
calculate,
or it's
please. Okay,
outside.
you need to actually show that, look, this is maybe somewhere it has been falling, or maybe somewhere it has been falling. Okay, you calculate and actually show that this is actually going outside.
So
Sir,
Okay.
we have some
All right.
conditions to calculate the pixels. If the
yes, sir.
conditions doesn't match, then the math will be just
Still, you do the calculation.
okay, sir.
That's what I'm saying. It is
There is one
definitely
question.
for when you say like you are writing a program, then definitely you will not go for it maybe, but still you do calculation. Okay, because end of the day you are actually showing that in the graph. You just draw that your screen, that how many pixel that you have, and just showing in the random position that maybe the pixel is going down in there. Okay, out of the box, because your friends are actually drawing, they are doing everything. If you don't do anything, then how it looks like. Okay, this is about the written exam. We are going to have on day after tomorrow with 8:30 so far. Have we discussed about the Viva exam as well? The schedule for the Viva exam?
No, sir.
No, sir.
No, sir.
No, sir.
Problem happens. What about your other friends? Still, the number of people is less. Do you believe
Maybe
that
they have other exam, they are preparing for it.
but this class would be very important. This is the last class before this exam. You have the whole day, whole night for preparation. Why you choose the time of the class? At least should give the priority. I don't know that what they have a planning. Anyway, for section A, I told you maybe that is from, yes, Sharonika. Yes. Someone asked something?
Sir, Shonika Das, sir.
Yes, Sharonika.
Sir, I am doing one math in the Besenham algorithm, but I'm the confusion. This math was right or wrong. So can you check this math?
Okay, can you share it now?
Yes, sir. Sir, can you accept my mobile phone? I'm joining this another device.
Yeah, please do it. That then actually we will check it. Yes, it will help to the other student as well. All right, for your Viva, as it is starting from 16, right? 16, that means Monday. So from 16 to 21. Our holiday is 19th, right?
Yes, sir.
For Ashura, the program is in Friday, maybe that is yesterday. So what they are going to do, because Friday we also have a schedule. It would be fine. I think from the university says do not put the schedule on the holiday. Now, if the holiday is 19th or Thursday, Then we are going to not take anything on Thursday. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, 16, 17, 18, and then 20 and 21. All these days we have Viva from 2:30 to 4 p.m. Okay, 2:30 to 4 p.m. That is for 1.5 hour. We need at least 7.5 hour actually for this section, and you will be given actually exactly your slot for 10 minutes, so that you may join 15 minutes earlier of your slot time, and waiting the waiting room, and hopefully you will be called on time. It will be tried hard to call your time, so that if it still be delayed, but you should not be actually needed more than altogether half an hour, including your 10 minutes by the time, so that you can go for your other job or other viva or whatever you have. If you have some conflict, okay, say like you have a viva on 3 p.m. with some other, but your schedule I have with maybe 3:30, still you can come on 3:30, because if it is be in there 3, it should be done in 3. If you still have something to discuss, then actually you should please let me know earlier, because I will be busy today. So tomorrow you will get the schedule. I will upload the schedule, and then if anyone have any conflict with some other exams, then actually please let me know beforehand. Or you can do one thing, you can have a swap with one of your friend who has a schedule on that time, so that you can maybe or maybe you can I can call you earlier, so that you can actually do it first according to the schedule. So maybe I can actually allow you to do it first, so that you can be free for your other exam. If it does not have any conflict, you have an exam maybe at 1 p.m, but our exam is starting from 2:30 p.m, then you should actually comply. Please do not raise those issues. I'm talking about if it is actually falling in that slot. None of your teachers should give you a time like 3 hours time that you have to be in there. Okay, we have strictly actually give the guideline to all the teachers that it should be very specific for every student. So we should be arrange like 6 students in 1 hour time, so that if you have that kind of schedule, then actually most of the conflict we can avoid. Okay. Your Viva session will be recorded, and it is expected that you will follow the dress code as well. And for your region exam, you must have to be in the actually that exam session, that link. Without that, actually your exam will not be accepted. Okay, it's very clear. So I hope that if few students are absent today, you pass this message. Also, I'll try to give a post that if you don't join in the exam session, you have to be in there. You have to have your all cameras set up. Okay, I'm not telling that you have to be all the time in the camera, but all cameras should be set up, so that for certain period you should be in the camera on as well. Okay, so that we can check. And submission, there should be a restriction about the submission now. Whatever you see that I reduce the question number, it will be only 4 questions. Usually take even 5 questions, but I just reduced it. So the question has more weight now. Okay, and those 4 questions, if you are really very much prepared, you can do it within even half an hour to 40 minutes. Okay, I believe. So 45 minutes, I expect that 45 to highest maybe 50 minutes you will write, and then you will actually consider your next 10 minutes for your exam script preparation and submitting or uploading that, and extra 5 minutes for the next class. Before that, you have that 5 minutes gap, that also can be used for those who are in trouble, having network problem or maybe having some problem in there. But after that 5 minutes, your script will not be accepted. Okay, so that many few students actually have problems. the problems they said, but it is very difficult to actually understand because we know that that many students actually try to share that time the answer script, or maybe they try to complete it and doing it. So please do not go for it this time. If you have actually being late, then actually you will be in trouble, that I can tell you. Okay, because the submission, we do actually consider many things when a student actually request, then actually we do consider. So it's your actually first job to be in such a situation that actually you arrange your uh, these facilities. Like if you have a network issue, you try to find yourself in some other place that actually you get better network so that you can actually upload. Okay, and or maybe you can actually uh, actually you can be in good network environment so that you can be seen through the video camera. If you have a problem in your device and all these things, try to fix it out now. Okay, do not take that problem as an excuse for your exam. Maybe it would not be accepted. Okay, so little bit restriction that we need to put about the written exam, because still it is having many weight. Okay, I told you that the development happened, that is I'm not happy personally, because the Viva 25 weight, it does not actually make that much difference. So that still we need to be more focused on the written exam now. Okay, so for the written exam, please, these are the rules that you need to follow. And um, again, if you have one question for analytical or theoretical, that would be, and other three questions will be problem solving. And if anyone little bit well prepared about this problem solving, then easily you can get actually in around 90 if you can write that analytical question, something about that at least which is relevant, right? So it is still have a very good chance to get a good mark in the written. There will be option. So you actually think about that. Do not go for anything to do which can be actually costly. Okay, so that maybe I have to say the any of the situation, like if you really be late for submission, then actually your exam mark would be cut down. There are chances. Okay, so please do not go for it. You do a practice. If you are not sure, you do a practice of this of your mobile or your device to actually make a PDF file. How many minutes you need for it to do, say like 10 pages or 15 pages, that actually you are doing like that, and then actually make that file and uploading it. How much time do you need? Okay, so that you just check. It should not be more than 10 minutes when you are ready, honestly to say, and your network, that should not be an issue when you know that for uploading what type of actually network you need. Okay, so few of you may have some problem, and you should let me know beforehand that you have the problem like that or something. I will request you to better you nowadays actually in remote area. Otherwise actually you have 4G connection, maybe that you can, those are you are in little bit remote area, and that number is very few. So if it is possible, then please actually go for some other place for a while, at least for the exam. And for Viva as well, that you try to actually make an arrangement like that. If you really have a problem or something that which is going through with your family or some other member, that you are not in a position to continue the study or maybe having some problem, then actually you should know as well beforehand. We don't have that much time, honestly to say, that whenever the Viva will be finished, we are going to actually submit the grade. So it would be a little bit difficult if you don't know beforehand. Okay, I'll try my best to help you. Okay, any question regarding the exam?
Sir, what is our Viva date?
I told you just now. Did you hear the timing?
Sir,
Tina?
2:30.
2:30 to 4 p.m. Excellent. Yes. That time we would be starting from 16th. Okay, so you got plenty of time actually for your preparation. 16th, 17th, 18th, and 20 and 21.
Sir, in 16, I have Viva schedule, sir.
You have Viva. What time?
Sir, they have no Viva schedule yet.
Then why you are telling it? You
But
will
sir,
have exam. I'm not saying that you will not have exam. I will only can accommodate when you have a same timing conflict.
okay, sir.
All right, so you already tell your teacher that you have a schedule on that time, so maybe they can avoid. And I'm telling you, so your teacher should give you the schedule beforehand. Within this week they should give it. And in the meeting I also raised the point, and also VC sir said that all the teachers should follow about that time scheduling should be given earlier to the student, so that the student can make a plan as well. It should not be in the 11th hour. Okay. So the date
I have
you are saying that actually including the date also the time slot should be said. Yes, Zoe.
sir, I have got one of the schedules. Sir, it will start from 3:20. So if I will face a schedule on your timing based on your schedule, like 3:20 or up to 4, then I will tell you that
Yes,
I have a
you let
conflict.
me know. Then actually,
Yes, sir.
because you have 320, right? You said
Yes, sir. From 3:20. Yes, sir.
320. So if your schedule comes actually falling earlier than that, because we are starting from 2:30,
Yes,
so
sir.
before 3, if it is possible to finish, we'll do it. Okay,
Okay, sir.
so that you will get time for your next Viva. If it
Okay,
is
sir. Thank you.
still have some problem, then maybe we can swap with, you can ask your one of your friend who
Yes, sir.
doesn't have on that day. Maybe we can also change the date, right? But
Okay,
we'll
sir.
try to be, that's why I'm telling you earlier, like these 5 days, these are the schedule we will have. If you have someone very severe problem, I have no problem actually. I will check one of your friends actually vibe on that time, and you will be allocated in other day. Okay, we have to little bit adjust in that, because you know that all the students schedule is not possible to manage or maintain like this way. So that's why we have to do some kind of adjustment. But whatever it will be done like that. But do not say that you have an exam on that day, that because does not mean that you can have actually 3 exam even for this kind of viva, like 10 minutes viva only, maybe in the morning, afternoon, or even in the evening, that you can have it. I did not go for evening because I know that some students it be difficult if they have a better network. Sometimes they have to come outside, so at evening it would not be actually feasible for many, some of the students maybe who are living in remote area. Okay, so then our exam discussion is actually done. Maybe I think if you have any query, you can ask. Otherwise, maybe we'll go for continuation of our thing. Anything to ask? Because this is the last class before your exam. Yes, Sharnika, are you ready to share? Oh, I forgot that. Sharnika,
Yes, sir. I am joining sir, another device, sir. Can you accept me?
I have not put any waiting room here, so it is open actually. Means if you can join automatically. You did not join. I thought maybe by this
I
time you
am
have done
joining,
it.
but in this waiting.
There is no waiting room active here. Okay.
Sir,
Yes. Alamin.
Sir, our Viva exam will be focusing on whole midterm syllabus, or our will be focusing maximum on our written exam confirmation.
Uh, I actually discussed that one. Is it after the boycotting? This is the first class Alamin with you, or just
Mm,
last class? Also, you came maybe. I think.
no, sir. Last class, I was I'm sick, sir. I
Okay.
think my friend are informed me, but I
What
forgot to mail.
what
Sir,
what happened?
sir, so previous 20 days um, I was in
Mm,
fever, and I recovered, but from some few days fall in fever again.
okay.
So,
Do you live in Dhaka?
yes, I am one of the Upajala, sir.
It can be for many reasons. For there are actually 100,000 types of virus there, so it can happen anything. I think our immune power is the main thing to help. Okay, for the Viva, do you know your written exam actually syllabus? All of you. I've already mentioned in your message in Google Classroom. So
Yes, sir.
actually, your Viva that syllabus is also depending on that. That means actually that graphics system architecture, starting from that point, then the chapter 3, image pixel and geometry, that is actually the most important one for the Viva. There are topics we have like the light, the properties of light, especially the electromagnetic wave, that what actually that the frequency and the wavelength, how it can have an impact with different application. Then actually the construction of I, the
So
virtual
light and
environment.
image and object.
Yes, I'm coming on that. So virtual environment, virtual reality, light, and then image, object, the relationship between them, right? The identification
Sir,
of the.
are we going to ask the wavelength or the numbers? This will be
Is
very
it? Is it?
difficult, sir.
Do you think that is it feasible? I ask you that. Okay, tell me that the frequency for the gamma ray. It is not, which is actually significant. You need to understand about there what is significant. The significant is actually in some frequency or in the wavelength that this electromagnetic spectrum wavelength is actually visible. What is that? That is maybe actually important, right? That is actually about the light, that part. But the relationship, the understanding that high or low, the frequency or maybe the wavelength, how it is having actually different applications, that you need to know. But the number definitely not that much important.
The range, sir.
Do you understand what I said?
Yes, sir. I
In
understood, sir.
individual, those things are not actually. It is depends up to, okay. So, but I did not say like all the top there is having those numbers. You just remember it or memorize it. It's not necessary. Maybe I can ask you that why the high wavelength is actually high number of wavelength is having relationship with low frequency. So which one is good, or why it is good, or why it is bad, why it is harmful for high frequency. Okay, so these are type of your understanding could be asked in there.
Sir, we haven't. Sir, you have said that you will be continued the mid-circle algorithms.
Yes, that's actually I'm not getting time. I wanted to actually start it something to discuss at least can be covered in the midterm as well, or in written. Now it's very difficult in one class to cover this algorithm. Okay, we are coming in that. But Sharonika, are you ready now? I'm just waiting
Yes,
for that.
sir.
Yes, can you please share or show that what actually you have done?
Sir, can you see my
Yes,
pages?
I can see your page now. That 2 points you have considered,
Yes,
22,
sir.
15, 36, 20, right? Have
Sir,
you checked
30,
about
sir, 35 and 20, sir.
35 and 20? So that what should be that one 15 del y by del x if we do
Sir, 13, 5 is
5 by
del y and del x is 13, and sir 2 del y is 2 del x is 2 and 2 del y is 10, and del y and 2 del x equal to is minus 16, sir.
but what you need to check at the first, you need to check that whether the slope is equal or less than 1 or not.
So is in this case, sir, I am facing this sir confusion, sir. So
What, why
why,
you will be confusion? Your del y
sir,
divided by del x, if you see that that is actually less than 1, like 5
sir?
divided by 13, right?
Yes, yes, sir.
That is definitely actually fraction, so it is actually okay then. So
So
the line
then,
you will, no, I'm not talking about decision parameter and all these things. Before that, the slope for this line, you can find out the slope as well, right? You need to check as well, because sometimes maybe your teacher have a weak mind. I give you a question which should not be done with this formula, so that you may check at the very beginning that whatever the value of del y divided by del x, if it is that value is equal to 1 or less than 1 or not. If it is greater than 1, then actually the line you are going to draw, it should not be supported by this formula. Okay, so it is fine. I can see that your del y should be less than del x. That is actually the thing. Okay,
yes,
now
sir.
it looks like that it is fine, and then we got 2 del y, 2 del x is actually 13 to 26, and then 2 del y is 10, 2 del y minus del x is actually minus 16,
Yes, sir.
right?
Yes, sir.
And here is the initial decision parameter, you get 2 del y minus del x. 2 del y is actually 10 minus
Third.
del x is actually 13,
Yes, sir.
so it is minus 3, right?
Yes, sir.
Your first initial
Yes.
decision parameter is minus 3.
Yes.
Yes, go to the next page
And
there,
sir.
so that yeah, you don't need to write that many things, but decision parameter negative. Now our initial decision parameter start with negative to find out all those values. That's right. Okay, that's fine. The first point is 2215.
Yes, sir.
2215, the first point.
Yes, sir. 22 and 15, sir.
So that you, our increment will be x1 is, okay, are you talking about that x1 is less than x2, right? That we have
Yes.
said.
Yes, sir.
uh, it should be not x1, okay? It should be x of I,
Okay, sir. Yes, sir. X
right?
of
Do you
I.
understand
Yes,
that?
sir.
Because
Yes, sir.
that's the
Yes,
value
sir.
is changing. Should be
Yes,
less
sir.
than x2. X2 is
X2.
actually the last point. Yeah, that's right. So the
Yes, sir.
pixel will be selected at the basis of the decision parameter, negative, positive value that have the get value. Okay. So the first iteration minus 3. For that minus
Yes.
3, you made a mistake here. No. Do not go for that page. Look, minus 3 is the first decision parameter which is already counted. So that
Yes, sir.
minus 4 minus 3, you will have actually your value is 23 and 15. Okay,
Yes,
23 and
sir.
15. And the next value would be minus 3 plus 10. So the value you have find out, this is for the second one. for this one iteration of that one, this second row, it should be.
Okay, sir. This is the sir one.
Do you understand my point? Look, I'll just
Yes,
show
sir.
you.
Yes, sir.
I'll just show you so that, just for example, can you please check in this camera so that maybe, yes, can you see it now, all of you?
Yes, sir.
Yes, whenever
Yes,
you
sir.
have the initial decision parameter, say like I got it initial decision parameter here 6. So how actually I'm actually putting that on the table, and what actually the point I'm going to get. My first decision parameter is 6. You don't need to calculation here, so that you got -3. That should be the first one. Now on the basis of that value, for this is a positive one. So what actually my point first one, I had 20 and 10. So my second point will be for that positive value is actually 21 incremented by 1, and 10 should be 11, right? Excuse me. Do you understand that for that positive value? Now for the formula, that if you check that for this positive value, what should be the next successive decision parameter? It should be actually that P of I plus I'm sorry, excuse me. Sorry. So for that P of I, that means the previous one, now you will do the calculation, plus 2 del y minus 2 del x, so that we find out that is actually -4, the value is here, 2 del y minus 2 del x, so that I have just used that one. So you get that value. Now it will give the next actually point. You get the decision parameter, you get the successive point, and then the next decision parameter is actually dependent on the previous value, that what you have, right? So you made a mistake at the very beginning here, that whenever you take -3 and also you make a calculation in here, it should be calculation in the next one. Do you get it now, Sharnika?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, I hope that you as well, all of you have actually, if you have a confusion, that actually you should find out, or you should understand that the problem that what we said. For okay, any other concern about the exam? I think maybe that is important. And we also discussed something about properties of circle on one of the class maybe. Ashik, can you remember?
Yes, sir. You did.
I think we discussed about this basic discussion about the circle. We said that this circle, as you can see lower, that one, not the upper one. So this circle is actually, we are going to consider, right?
Yes, sir.
We are going to consider this circle, and the reason is this circle having the center is on the
Origin.
origin point, so that if we only get the radius, and then actually we can find out all the points for that circle. So we actually distributed the circle in 8 parts, which is the octant. So the first octant, if we consider that one is the first octant, then this octant is actually, we are going to find out the points of this octant. We have seen that they are actually symmetric, so that the second octant has the points which are actually exactly reverse of those first octant points. So xy coordinate reverse value should be in there, and finally that will be actually exactly the reverse point of this one that actually we are going to get. So the algorithm will actually find out through the calculation of that first octant's points. Okay, So for these first octane points, they will actually try to find out, as you can see in here, that each and every point, whenever actually we are going to get, there will be a scenario that the x coordinate value will be incremented as it is actually going, but the y coordinate value should be decremented, that is going down. So we can have a scenario like this one, as you can see, which is a line is going through like that, as it is actually that part of the octant if we consider, and where the x coordinates are actually increasing, but the y coordinate value should be decreases. Now the scenario can happen like this two, if we consider this two of the pixel. So maybe the algorithm, as like Bresenham, that this algorithm as well will take us the best pixel. We can understand the line is actually going through upper part, most of the part of this pixel, slightly touching that pixel maybe, but it is better, so that we can take this one. If we go for the down one, we can see here that this is not drawn properly actually. If we can go for an example to check in here, that this line is actually going through maybe upper one and lower one as well, but it is going most of the part of the lower one, better it should take this lower one. Okay, so this is the way actually the algorithm will give you the points as like you have found in the Bresenham's line drawing algorithm as like that. Now the name says midpoint because you see that we are taking the midpoint between those two pixels to take a consideration, and that midpoint, if it is actually inside the circle, that line, then we are taking one type of decision, or this line can be outside the circle, then actually we are taking a decision. Actually it can have highest three situations. Okay, either that point, the line is actually going through that point, so that actually the line point is on the line. If it can be the point is actually outside the boundary, as you can say this is the boundary, it is in outside, or maybe the line is going through like that, then it is inside the boundary. So this, on these three situation, we can actually take decision. Okay, so that's actually can be helped with this f circle formula. That means a circle formula, we all know the generic formula for the circle, right? X is x square plus y square minus r square equal to 0. Usually that equation is actually coming from here, x minus xc and plus y minus yc and the square of them. When the center xc and yc is center is actually 0, then actually we can get that equation, and that equation we are actually considering that applying in here. Now what is that equation means? We, that day we have said that equation means actually that every point on a circle is actually true for that equation. Now I am checking what the midpoint circle. Actually, if I apply this equation on the midpoint circle, any of them, okay, and we found that is 0, then we understand that this is actually on the line. Okay, if we find that point is having actually less than 0, that means negative, then maybe it is inside the boundary. Okay, if it is positive, then maybe it is outside the boundary. Okay, so on the basis of that, maybe I can take a decision. You see that this is actually the main fundamental technique for this algorithm. Those of you already understood very well Bresenham's, I feel that you can understand that one very well as well.
So it looks similar, sir.
It looks similar, so that you see that there is also a decision parameter having a relationship now, right? So that my decision parameter will take a decision that which pixel I'm going to take if my this equation gives me, or the decision parameter is actually end of the day that equation. Like we had a Bresenham decision parameter was actually that d1 minus d2, the distances between it, right? Now we are actually checking that whether it is equation for the circle equation, because every equation whenever we consider, it indicating that any point of that, so any equation, so if it is the origin point or center is actually 0 0, then actually any point on the circumference will support that equation, that x square plus y square is equal to r square or minus r square equal to 0. That equation is true for any of the point on the circumference. Okay, and this is actually the r is constant and x and y are variable, so these are actually changes of the point's value for the x and y coordinate. Now if we are applying, this is talking about our actually decision parameter, then this decision parameter, if it is actually equal to 0, then we can understand that this is actually exactly on the circumference that point are going to be plotted. Then you can take any one of the pixel when you have your decision parameter is 0. What you are going to do for the Bresenham when you are actually having decision parameter 0, we are actually talking about negative and positive, right? If
Yes,
you
sir.
got somehow 0, then your exam time maybe you are going to get a 0, then what will do? You will definitely take either negative or positive, any one you can take, no problem. But the thing is, better you take the positive one, okay, that positive side, and you continue, no problem. It's actually, so if you take maybe positive one, you are taking maybe lower one. If you take maybe negative one, you are taking maybe upper one, right? And that's why some formula also actually generate on the same concept, on basis of same concept. So a decision parameter, successive decision parameter, that formula will you will have for negative and positive both, and also that the initial decision parameter, that is also actually a concern. Okay. So that I may ask you something maybe in your Viva. Okay, not sure, but there are chances. Let's come to the attendance, please. Come to the video for a while. Check your camera is actually working fine or not. And please be on time on the exam time, okay? Be on time, and your question paper will be uploaded through the Google Classroom, so that it will be set out earlier. On 8:30 exactly, you will get the script, you will get the question paper. You just prepare some of the graph paper. Graph paper means actually I do expect, do not consider a graph paper the formal graph paper, better you draw the line 2020, okay? Draw the line 2020 of them, 3 of them maybe you may need. So you just draw them beforehand, so you may actually save some time there. Okay. Why I'm not that much interested about the graph paper, because the boxes in the graph paper are very small. So whenever you will take the picture
Yes,
and
sir. So
okay, do
I
you have?
was supposed to told it because I was practicing, and I,
Yeah.
even I am not finding out later the pixel boxes.
Oh, okay. Yes, you just try to draw it by yourself, means prepare those pages, but that will be fine. And um, rather than the graph paper, also many of us don't have the access of getting graph paper maybe this time, but still it is better to draw. It's not a big page you need. Midpoint circle, actually for circle we need it, but we are not doing the circle at this moment. So it is better actually you arrange it earlier. Okay, Alif, Laila, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Yes. What about your video, Laila? Yes. But another thing about your Viva time and as well the return time, your camera should be in such a way that I can actually see it, not like only some part of your head. Do you understand? Sometimes you set the camera in such a way that we cannot see anything actually. Only can maybe see some part of your head,
Yes,
nothing else. If it is better if you can actually have a camera in little bit distance so that we can see. And for Viva as well, do holding camera when you are actually in the Viva. And sit properly. No, maybe Alamin. Alamin is there. Nishatara. Nishat Ara is not there. And Shoidul Islam Antur. Sumaya Akhtar.
Yes, sir.
Okay, Sumaya Ritu.
Present, sir.
Okay, Jinat. Jinatun Nisa. She was there for this. Ratu.
Present, sir.
Okay, Maria is there. Okay, Israt.
Present, please,
Okay.
sir.
Khalik.
Yes, sir.
Okay, Ami.
Yes, sir.
Isha.
Yes, sir.
Tayon.
Yes, sir.
Antur.
Present, sir.
Pratasha.
Yes, sir.
Sharnika.
Yes, sir.
Ria.
Present, sir.
Rupu.
Present, please, sir.
Okay, Mahmuda. Mahmuda Akhtar.
Yes, sir.
Okay, Didar. Didar is there. Maybe not Tamanna.
Yes, sir.
Saib Sifat. Saib Mahmud Sifat. Fairuz Tanji Machal.
Yes, sir.
Shetuli. Okay, Uday.
Present, sir.
Mori.
Yes, sir.
Sadia.
Yes, sir.
Mantakimur.
Yes, sir.
Atik Faisal Imon.
Yes, sir.
Rahul. Rahul Devnath.
Yes, sir.
Jyoti.
Yes, sir.
Sadat Mahmud.
Yes, sir.
Firdaus Rifat. Firdaus Rifat. Minhaj Monib.
Yes, sir.
Okay, Nahida.
Yes, sir.
Nahida. Shanto. Sibul Hassan Shanto. Sharmin. Okay,
Yes, sir.
Alamin.
Yes, sir.
Alamin. Tariqul Islam. Muhammad Tariqul Islam. And Ashik.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Sir, Miss Natun
Jinatul Nisa. Yes. Okay, so all right, wish you good luck for the exam. I hope that this will be fine. And those of you who are having exam today or right now, maybe also I have a good wish for you for the exam. I hope that this midterm, most of you will have a actually good outcome. Okay. And still, if you have any concern or query to ask, then please write on the classroom on your specific section, so that definitely I will reply instantly. Okay.
All right, sir.
Any question, anything? Otherwise, maybe see you on the exam time. Okay, that's fine. Thank you. Take care.
Okay, sir. Assalamu alaikum.
Welcome, Islam. Welcome, Islam. Welcome, Islam.